Rababasaya Karabasube, Rababusha Yakarabasu Karabashua, Rababasaya Tarabasuba, Van Karabaskuta Rababasha Yaktaraba, Rababusha. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, dear gods and lords, ascending masters, heavenly hosts, archangels, all the divine beings that are of the greatest white light, that are of my best interest and my higher purpose. I invite you all into my sacred space. I invite you all into this atmosphere. Let all evil and negative intents, all hexes and curses, all spell works you have sent towards me fall on instantly and immediately. I ask that you please cloak and shield me from all attacks from the enemies. Cloak and shield my chakras, cleanse and balance my chakras, my mind, my heart, my soul, and my spirit. Speak through me. And thank you all that you have done and are about to do. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Peace, peace, peace and blessings to the gods and lords of planet Kai. Knowledge, wisdom and understanding, health, wealth, strength, I grant unto you all through the divine powers that work it within me, through the divine powers of the ancestors. Now you may be asking, why isn't there any light in this video? The answer is simple, my friend. It's because I am from the darkness. I am a divine being that may have went over some of you guys' head. But for those who understand and those who should understand will understand, because everything comes from the darkness. Without darkness there would be no light. Now, I come on here to speak about astral projection. Free game for those watching me, for those small-minded persons. I have been where you have been. It's up to you whether or not you want to stay in that box of thinking, or you want to think outside the box, as they would say. You hear me speak about my ancestors. You hear me call upon my ancestors. Some of you would say his channel name is Ancient Wisdom Mystic 666. I am the beast they speak of in the Bible. Because 666 simply means carbon, melanin and electron, my friend. 6 carbon, 6 melanin and 6 electron. That's what makes up this vessel, this body. Which is why earlier on I said, you may be wondering why there is no light in this video. That is simply because you don't need to pay attention to the physical at this moment. But listen, it's a new year. Remove the Y, and you shall have a new year. Let me have float over some of you guys' head. But nevertheless, in the Bible, let's go to the Bible. I am not religious once more, I say. Let's go to the Bible. Your Bible tells you that God is your Father. I won't even dive into the Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit part. You have the Son. So therefore, if you have understanding of what ancestor means, then you would know that God is your ancestor. And therefore I rest my case right there. What is already known doesn't need to be spoken upon. Okay, so some of you guys see me in past videos where I'm speaking but I'm not making any eye contact with the camera. At times I do, but be mindful of my friend when you see me speaking. Only the physical body is here. The spirit man is somewhere else digging information and bringing it back to this realm, which is why you see me looking elsewhere, because in fact I am elsewhere. That may have floated over a few of you guys. Medulla over your brain. Yes, so we are here to speak about astral projection. What is astral projection? Let's start out with projection. What is a projector? A projector, as we all know, is this thing that reflects or refracts whatever it is presented with. Right, because a projector, as some of you all would know, is this thing that you would connect, for instance, to a screen or a laptop or whatever you're projecting from, which means projection isn't of origin, which means projection is something inflicted, reflected upon an object. Yes, my friend. Before we even tap into this message, for a while now, a long while back, I have gotten this download. That's the reason why Jacure is behind bars. Yes, my friend, projection. But we're not just speaking about projection, we're speaking about astral projection. Now, astral projection can be a lot of things. In particular, when we speak about astral projection, we're speaking about the intention behind the projection. You have good and bad in everything, as we all know. But how does astral projection works? Confirmation. Astral projection works in majority of different ways. Astral projection can simply be someone sending spells, as you would say, hexes or curses, negative energy towards you. That is astral projection, because it is not yours to begin with. It was inflicted upon you. It is reflected towards you. It is aimed towards you. So therefore, astral projection is simply even a thought, someone thinking negative about you. Even evil eye, that is astral projection. A lot of us don't even understand what is evil eye. Evil eye is someone looking at you with a negative energy, a negative projection towards you, looking at you with a spirit of envy, a spirit of hatred. You see that's distraction, that's projection, because you don't want this message to get out. That's also projection. Distraction is projection also. But let's dive a little deeper concerning witchcraft. Now, when most of you saw me came out, when I first made myself known on this platform, some of you were deluded into believing I was a part of a cult or part of secret society or whatever. Well, as I say, there is good and bad in everything. You have secret societies with good and bad persons, but I am not a part of any society or whatever you may call it. I am a part of the ethers because I am a 9-ether being. You see. A lot of you have been deluded into believing that I was the Antichrist. You see, as I mentioned that verbiage, that word Antichrist, a lot of you don't understand the meaning of words, of verbiage. You went to school and you hear that verb is a describing word, but yet still you look over what the word describes because you were presented with what it means, which is simply astral projection. That is projection. You see, you believing that I was Antichrist is projection. But free game, you should know that Antichrist, why you think they say Antichrist? Because in fact, listen to the verbiage Antichrist, which means the Antichrist is related to the Christ that may have floated over some of you guys. Medulla. Well, let's stop back into the message. That's not the message that I came here to bring this particular moment. Let's dive into astral projection a little deeper. insects, animals, whatever is around you that has a body, that has a vessel, can be used as a tool of astral projecting. Whatever has energy can be used as a tool as astral projecting, which is why one can use your hair, for instance, a strand of your hair to do spell work. One can use your clothes because your energy is in that piece of garment. Everything is energy. You are energy, and everything around you is energy, whether you want to accept it or not. Just as electricity flows through the wires on the light post, it's the same way that energy flows through you. Which is why you have higher vibrational beings such as me. You have lower voltage and higher voltage. It's all science, you see, which is why they call Obeah man a science man also, because he's just simply doing science. And science is the studying of energy, to manipulate energy. But that's not the message we are here to speak upon. There is a lot of things that have been overlooked. You see, I was listening to this particular clip where this man was saying it doesn't matter who can tell him how to make $1 million. Show him how the fuck to make that $1 million. Well, sorry for the expletive, but I do curse. Yes, I do curse. Show him how to make that $1 million, because the man without experience simply don't know shit. You see, you only can speak from a point of theory, but have you done the work? Which is why you will have me coming on here speaking on things that have been already spoken on, because you have illiterate persons who just got the theory of particulate subjects. I do also make up my own words too. Subjects, and they just put their verbiage to it and finesse the crowd. Now, there is this thing where they say if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. Right. That is why a lot of you are clouded and locked into the matrix, because the matrix is just projection, it's illusions. The matrix feeds off of projecting onto others, which is how you have niggas, or should I say folks, out here going round and round in karmic cycles, and spells, because once you break from the illusion, once you break from the matrix, then the matrix has no power over you. The matrix cannot affect you, and the matrix will have no power to begin with, because you are the source of the matrix. Let's say, for example, the clock. You see what they call those two things, the hands or whatever they call them on the clock. They go around and around, right? But you and I know that if you remove that little small thing that they are connected to, which is the center of the clock, those two hands or whatever they call them cannot go around, which is the same thing with the matrix. You are the center, you are source. The matrix is the hands or whatever they call those things in the clock that points out what time it is. They go round and round simply because of the force, simply because of the movement of that small thing in the center. A little book with talawa. You've heard that verbiage before. No, you are like that little thing at the center of the clock. You feed the matrix. It's simply projection. You see. But it goes deeper than that. What if I should tell you that in fact you are not that small thing at the center? That's what they want you to think. No, you are not that small thing at the center. In fact, you are more so the battery. You are the source. You are the battery. You keep on recharging. But they need your energy. Energy harvesting. They need your energy, so you power the clock. But you don't know what part of the clock are you. And you see, because of my verbiage and how it sounds so enticing, you would believe that, whoa, he is speaking the truth, because in fact without the center, that is the thing in the center moving, the clock, the hands in the clock cannot go around. But you overlooked that it starts from the battery source. Right, you are the battery. You power the matrix. So if you remove yourself from the matrix will crumble and fall. Now astral projection is the same thing. Astral projection is simply, as I said before, thoughts being sent towards you. Projection is manipulation. Most of you don't even have the understanding that, let's go back to the Bible. Most of us don't have the understanding that we all are gifted, and all the gifts that were being mentioned in the Bible, we all possess those gifts. You see, now this is where the matrix comes in again. You see, I told you that you were the center, that little small thing in the center. That's what the matrix does. It tells you that you are that little small thing in the center, knowing in fact that you are the battery, the source. You are the energy, which is manipulation. They don't want you to know that, because they want you to think that without them you can't survive. They do not make it evident to you that without you, in fact, they can survive. And not only that they can survive, but they don't want you to know that because they are draining you of whatever life source you have. Yes, when that battery dies, we all know that batteries can be recharged, but often we see persons throw away the batteries. Yes. Which is where death comes in. And you come back to this realm, round and round in this cycle. That is what slavery is. That is what slavery was. You have been deluded and tricked. Yeah, we know back then we were being whipped and all these things, but they have projected onto us that we have already been whipped. If you whip a little child for doing a particular thing, you whip him, let's say for instance, hard enough, you will be in fear and he won't do such thing ever again, because you will have a remembrance that there will be a punishment for his actions, which is also projection. Fear is projection. But let's dive a little deeper. Let's get back to where I was speaking about witchcraft. Now for you church goers, you holier than thou, self-righteous ones, some of you know that your pastor dibbles and dabbles into the finer stuff, because it is what it is. But he doesn't want you to know that he dibbles and dabbles into the finer stuffs, because even though some, listen to my verbiage, some of them don't do any evil unto others, you have some that do, because they also are a part of the matrix. In the previous video I told you all that you simply don't know who is Babylon because you are a part of Babylon. That is also projection. Manipulation is projection. You see, you don't know you are a part of Babylon because you don't know who Babylon is. So you should know. I just want to make this clear that whatever your pastor does, I have the authority to do also, but not because you have authority to do something doesn't mean it's always the right thing to do. Listen to my verbiage. You have good and bad in everything. I already spoke on karmic death. Everything that is in the darkness will come to light, which means exposure. So their dirty deeds will actually come to the forefront. But astral projection, when it comes down to witchcraft, as I said, everything is source. Everything is energy. And energy is everything. You are energy. And energy is all around you. So everything that has energy can be used as a means of projection towards you. Now when we look into the witchcraft part of astral projection, which is where I'll also touch back on why Jacure is at this moment back in prison, why he was in prison first to begin with. Simply because he's chosen and he is doing the work of the Most High. So he gets a fight. You see, it may seem as if he's a bad person because that's the picture they want to paint of him. Because once you paint the picture of him being a bad person, well, maybe the people won't listen to him, which is why they want to have him in that cycle of going in and out of prison, in and out of prison. They say he's a pagan, but that is just simply witchcraft, spell works, manipulation, projection. So when it comes down to witchcraft, you have technology where they send thoughts to people. There will also be a video where I will be speaking on technology. All of these videos are connected. So if you need information, you need to watch all of the videos. Simply as that. And also, I've heard they say a video that is a whole will not attract many views, but you have persons who will watch stupid movies. Some of the movies are even stupid, but you don't even know what movies are What's the purpose? You just watch movie for watching movie's sake. But you will never spend the time to sit down and watch and listen to the information that you need. Well, if you don't want to, that's up to you. I have been sent here to share that information. So when I do it, it's up to you to take the information and do whatever you want with it. But my intention behind sharing this information is good, so I would like to think that you all should be using this information for your best interest and higher purpose. Now, astral projection, you have, as I said, everything around us is energy and we are energy. You see flies, but you don't know what flies were created for. You see most things around us, but you don't know, even mosquitoes. A lot of us don't know what mosquitoes were created for. Everything was created for a reason, as I said before, and I will say again, everything is for a reason. And because you don't know the reason doesn't mean that there isn't a reason. But everything has a reason. I will not delve into that at this moment, but everything has a reason. Astral projection can be casted upon one through these little entities. These little flies, insects, whatever, animals, anything that is around you that is energy. Because thoughts are energy. So once you know how to manipulate and manifest, one can project onto anyone. Now, I'm not sharing this information for anyone to go and astral project onto anyone. Most of you think that astral projection is leaving your body. In fact, that is not astral projection. Leaving your body is astral travel. Astral travel is different from astral projection. Most of the information that you have been fed by illiterate persons. The other night I got a vision where I was in a classroom with a particular person. This person wasn't even a teacher, but therefore she was teaching, and I held my head down and I overheard this particular person teaching ones and ones math, not even knowing how to do the math themselves. And I made that person look stupid, which is why they won't like me, which is why they fight me. But I was sent here for this, and I do not fear. Once you have power over your vessel, once you have power over your energy, once you take back your energy, they cannot project onto you, because you will shield. You taking back your energy is you shielding your energy and protecting your energy. know a lot of persons out there that do violence and crime and all these things. It's simply because of astral projection. One may not want to do things they do, but yet still they do because of projections. Projection, as I mentioned in the previous video about ancestral curse, I said you will have that pulling to repeat the cycle of what you did when you were on this realm. It's the same thing as projection. It's pulling. It's the pulling. It's projection. And also, you should know that spell work is science. It is simply science. It's like math. Once you know how to do the math, you know how to get the answer. Science, it is all science. Everything around us can be worked down through science, because everything is energy and everything is source. I hope this message reaches you all well. It may have floated over a few of you guys' head, over a few of you guys' medulla. But as I always say, maybe it's just not your time to accept this message. Maybe you will never accept this message. But this I can tell you all. Those who despise knowledge, those who despise wisdom, will perish. And I say perish, I don't mean physical death. Read between the lines. Not all death is physical. I die every day and resurrect, which is how comes I am this high vibrating. I am such a high vibrational being because I die every day and resurrect. Old things have passed away, you have to make room for the new. If you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. Peace, 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 peace. Love and blessings to all the divine beings of planet Kai. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.